Especially graphic in the first film, Léon, there is strong language too. Mark Cousins has the details.
In 1980, the great actor-director John Cassavetes, who made a film called Gloria about a woman who unwillingly takes charge of a neighbour's child after its family has been slaughtered. In 1992, the 33-year-old director Luc Besson, who's idolised like a movie star in France, who made Subway and The Big Blue and La Femme Nikita, wrote a script about a hitman who unwillingly takes charge of a neighbour's child after its family has been slaughtered. The stories of the two films were the same. The styles are a million miles apart. Léon is a very violent and also very romantic picture. That mix gives it its special charge. Besson wrote Léon for Jean Reno, the Moroccan-born actor who is now one of the most famous in France and who was recently seen in Godzilla. After auditioning thousands of young girls, Besson cast the 11-year-old middle-class New Yorker Natalie Portman, who turns up next in George Lucas's new Star Wars prequels. Portman's screen test was the scene in the film where Reno asks her name. Her controlled breakdown was what Besson was looking for.
If you couldn't stand them, why are you crying?
Because they killed my brother. What the hell did he do? He's 4 years old. He never used to cry. He used to sit next to me and cuddle.
They filmed for 90 days in New York on location and at Epinay Studios. Thierry Arbogast shot the picture like a 50s film by Vincente Minnelli. I watched it again recently and at one point thought my video player was broken because it showed that I was 80 minutes into the picture and it felt like 20. This happens in Besson pictures, unlike Cassavetes, where accidental and incidental things add to the realism. In The Big Blue and this picture and The Uneven Fifth Element, every scene is a set piece. Time and space is precise. In the tension and build-up to something, time seems to be stretched, like here near the start where Gary Oldman takes a pill and says,
I like these calm little moments before the storm. It reminds me of Beethoven.
And at the end, there's something I've never seen before, an explosion where the camera tracks left at the speed of the fireball, slowing it down, following it like you would Gene Kelly on roller skates, which we see earlier. This is like underwater time. Besson's parents were scuba diving instructors, and for the first 17 years of his life, he traveled with them, swimming and diving, experiencing little in the way of popular culture or city life. At 18, he went to Hollywood and stayed in America for 3 years. At 24, like Steven Spielberg, he was winning awards for amateur sci-fi movies. Like Spielberg, Besson seems to feel almost childlike wonder at the world, despite its horrors. Reno's hitman drinks milk like a child, plays with the pig hand puppet, gets on best with the girl.
How are you today?
I've seen better days.
The symbols of life continue with the pot plant that he tends and the almost baptismal shower. The use of Björk's childlike song, Venus as a Boy, and the line, he believes in beauty, adds to the innocence. At one point, Natalie Portman calls Reno a baby. And the light in Léon is like Spielberg light. Look at the way it floods onto Portman's face when Reno finally opens the door to her. Columbia tested Léon in Los Angeles. The audience didn't like certain scenes. Besson was furious, but he cut 26 minutes. In them, Portman asks Reno to have sex with her, but he refuses. He explains why he had to leave Italy. They sleep together in a bed. She threatens to shoot herself if he doesn't teach her how to become a killer. There are more training sessions of her learning gun skills. These were restored 2 years later in France and Germany. It has become a subject of a cult and worldwide petition. After Léon, Besson made The Fifth Element and exec-produced Gary Oldman's directorial debut, Nil by Mouth. His next film is Joan of Arc, which will star his new wife, the Ukrainian actress Calvin Klein model and muse in The Fifth Element, Mila Jovovich. Given the way he often shows us beautiful, childlike women shedding almost glycerine tears, I think we can expect a lot of that in the film. The subject is perfect for him.